All right. Well, a friend of mine said, Craig, you should start your own cooking show. And I said, now, a very, very dear friend of mine, he did run the USO and the Wounded Warrior Project, but he's also Billy Joel's former father-in-law, and his daughter does have a cooking show. Hang on just a minute. Let me, give me just a moment. Anyway, his daughter, this is his daughter, the comfortable table. I've made recipes out of here. I love that a lot of my recipe books are autographed copies, okay? But anyway, I should start my own cooking show. I think there's enough cooking shows out there, and I love them very much. I love them very much. But today, and sorry about the hissing, I'm making, oh, what is that right there? That is soup beans. I'm going to make cornbread, and then this is the project that I'm working on today, okay? This is the project. Let me get that right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let the soup beans. They got to cook for about an hour and 36 minutes. So, anyway, okay. So here's the project that I'm doing right now. This a friend asked me to illustrate the recipe, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is called no bake cookies, so I don't have to fire my oven up, right? Okay. No bake cookies requires very few things. I've got a Ghirardelli 100% cacao. I hope that's, let's see if I can turn this way so I can see if I'm doing that. Yeah, this stuff right here. Okay, now a friend of mine was recently posting about 67% or all these other different variants of this cacao. Okay, and you can use whatever you want. I'm going to show you a little magic trick that I learned. The Ghirardelli cacao. Maybe I should use a brighter light in here. Give me a second. And I appreciate your all's patience. Okay, there we go. There's a brighter light. So anyway, this is Ghirardelli cacao. So what I do is I break these up and I throw them in this double boiler. Okay? It's already heated. And again, I just unwrap them. Break them up. Drop them in my double boiler. Okay? And they're already starting to melt. We'll show you that in a little bit. And here, I give this to my lovely assistant. Oh wait, I don't have one. Then, the next piece of our puzzle is this. Ghirardelli. Oops, I got it upside down. Okay, Ghirardelli. Semi-sweet chips. Now, the reason I'm using this, and I think this is about 60% cacao. And I drop that in there. Okay, drop that in there and melt that. And I throw this to my, wish I had a lovely assistant. So what I'm doing here in this double boiler, which, oops, I almost dropped that in the, oh, you know. Break a few eggs, that's what I always say. All right, there's my double boiler. Okay. And finally, I've got this right here. Okay? Because I want to keep this low sugar. So I'm going to open this can right here. And I want to do this kind of early into the business. And lay that into there so that that can, there's a lot of that. And when we were kids, we used to lick the can, but don't put that back in. Okay? But anyway, this Eagle brand is going into the mix. Okay? That's our primary sweetener, and the I think it's about 60% cacao on the it's semi-sweet. Maybe it's 50% since it's semi. Now, there is another little trick. While that's all melting down, I have, give me a second, I appreciate your patience. In the microwave, I put some natural creamy peanut butter. Okay? Let me cover the brand name. Although I love Kroger, I'm not going to advertise for them, okay? And I put that in the microwave so this stuff oozes out. Now, I've got the can here. I'm going to put that up a little bit higher. Got the water really hot. I'm pouring the hot peanut butter into there. This is natural peanut butter. I love when a package says contains peanut butter salt. Okay? Because I'm not adding any salt or peanut butter. And that just happened to be about a half, let's see, hang on. That was a cup of peanut butter. So I had a half a jar. That's about a half a cup. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the rest of that in there. So, okay, and that comes right out of there. And the trick was, throw it in the microwave, melt it a little bit, because we store this natural peanut butter in the fridge, so it doesn't like to come out of the jar very easily, which is okay by me. Very okay by me. Okay, there we go. So there's a cup, approximately. You know, like my grandma, you ask her for a recipe and she's like, well, you take whatever you got and, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's okay. All right, and that's the rest of the sweetened condensed milk right there. Okay, and again, all this is melting down like that. So while all those chips and the baking bar and the peanut butter are melting down, I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. This is a double boiler, okay, and so what that allows me to do is not scorch anything. Allows me to melt this. That means I also have to take a little time. But while I have the time, I take a, what is this right here? Gourmet Pure Vanilla Extract Organic Rodelle. Okay? Nice stuff. Here, let me give you the... You can read that? Anyway, I do a little crazy thing here because I found this works. I put a little extra oats into this mix. And one thing I do is I take my Ghirardelli, pop it open, this is brand new, okay? And I put my fingers over here and I basically drizzle, yeah. Now this is very expensive stuff. I mean, this is $16 an ounce, at least in my part of the world. So what I do is I soak, yes, I'm putting more than a tablespoon, definitely, okay? And I'm soaking these oats with this vanilla, okay? That was way more than the recipe suggests, okay? But, oh my gosh, if you could smell that, the vanilla. And I just stir that, you know, by hand, okay? And then I'm going to stir this. Again, what we're trying to do is integrate all these ingredients. I don't know if you can see. I don't think you can, but, and I'm not going to move this because, anyway, but these are the peanut butter and the chocolate starting to melt, and I'm just trying to move it around. It takes a little while. Again, these are no-bake cookies, and while we're waiting for all that to get done, there is one thing that is very important as a chef, or as somebody that's taking food to a Christmas party or for their family. I have one of my family members that is allergic to eggs and peanuts and things like that. So I have to be very, very cautious. If I get a chance, I'll show you a way to make the same simple fail-proof fudge recipe with no peanut butter. Basically, though, you can probably imagine, it's do this same thing with no peanut butter. Now you see it already setting up. It's already starting to get, this is a good thing. I'm going to scrape the pan, the top part of the double boiler, flip it a few times, and make sure that there are no unmelty parts. Now, the worst thing that could happen is you bite into something like that, and it's got a big old honking piece of chocolate. That doesn't bother me. But the best part is this recipe starts to get I don't even know what the word is for this, but it starts to get very fudgy, like that. There's a fudginess to this. And this is when I'm going to do the next part. And I'm going to, after I do this, I'm going to take a short break because I'm going to let it set. But make sure this is all mixed, all the peanut butter, all the ingredients are well mixed, all the chocolate is melted, and nothing's on fire. All right. And I think, again, that's fudge. If you look at that right there, you can see the texture and the way that it falls off a spoon. That's fudge. Okay, I'm going to take a shorty.